welcome to another 5-minute review. This one's going to be of the new Nude by Nature makeup brushes, and I am so excited about these. The first time I saw them at Priceline, I was like, because they're so pretty and they're so soft. They're like puppy fuzz. They're so lovely. And the reason that's so exciting to me is that they're also not hideously expensive. I couldn't afford them at the time, so I've been sort of like biding my time and saving up until I could get some. And I ended up buying the Nude by Nature Essential Collection of brushes, which comes with 7 really, really nice brushes. That's this collection here. I got this one at Target in Joondalup, and this one I believe was $34.95. 7 brushes for $34.95 is pretty damn good. I am so stoked with this. I can't wait to show you guys all the gorgeous brushes in it. The other thing that I bought before I bought that set, and it's their No. 5 finishing brush. I got this one from Priceline. Full price it's $29.95. The brushes, when you buy them individually, come in these little tubes, which actually I think would be really good for transporting them, because you know, you pop it in the top and it keeps the bristles really like straight and protected. So yeah, I think this is a really great packaging idea. The individual brushes also have like a different coloured metal on them to the ones in the Essential Collection. The ones in the Essential Collection have this really nice rose gold tone to them. This finishing brush is gorgeous. I used it today in a tutorial that I'll be uploading on Thursday. It is a bit of a pain to get open, so if you have trouble with your hands, you might need help. Yay, I did it! Okay, and then just like shake it at the end and try not to drop it, unlike me. It's so pretty. It comes out like perfectly floofy and so soft. Like for someone like me with fibro, soft brushes are like, $29.95 I think is around the same price as you'd pay for one of the Real Techniques brushes. So, you know, it's pretty average price-wise, I think. But I actually prefer this to the equivalent Real Techniques brush, which I have somewhere. But this one I find is softer and it distributes powder more evenly. So when you dust it over your skin, the bristles just sort of move around, you know, your nose and your cheekbones and all that kind of stuff. And like you dust it along your jawline like this, and it's so effortless. So if you're looking for a really good brush for, say, you know, your setting powders, finishing powder, that sort of stuff, definitely check this one out. It's lovely and totally worth every cent of $29.95. Can you tell how besotted I am with these brushes? Like, seriously. I should also mention that these brushes use synthetic fibers. So Nude by Nature says that they are cruelty-free, so that's also a big plus. I make a point not to buy brushes that have animal fibers. To me, it's no different than buying fur, and I wouldn't buy fur. Okay, so the Essential Collection also comes in a really nice brush bag. So you open up the box, and it's got this pretty thingy inside it, with like the rose gold zipper. It's faux leather, and it looks really nice and special. So when you open it up, it's got all the brushes inside it, like that. Pretty. So if we go from this side to this side, that's the order that they're listed on the box. So starting with this side, we've got their kabuki brush, obviously. Then this one here is their powder brush. So this would be good for mineral foundations and things like that. The next one along, this one here, this little one, is their concealer brush, which I've actually used twice to apply my eyeshadow, and it works really nicely for that. Just for like applying, you know, shadow over the lid. And it picks up the powder really nicely, so I was really pleased with that. And I found that it worked really well for cream shadow as well, which makes sense because it's designed for concealer. The next one along, this one here, is kind of like a much fluffier version of their concealer brush. It's their Eyeshadow Brush. And this one's the one that's actually designed for, you know, picking up eyeshadow. But it also works really, really nicely for if you want a sort of more defined crease. And the other thing I've used it for is applying setting powder really precisely under my eyes. So yeah, this one has quite a few uses to it. The next one along, this one here, is their eye blending brush. You can tell it's just a pretty ordinary crease brush. So anything you can use an ordinary crease brush for, you can use this one for. It's a really nice size as well. I hate when you find a really nice crease brush and it's just too big to be practical. But I wouldn't use this to apply a really precise shade in the crease. I would use their concealer brush for that. The next one along, this little one here that looks like an eyebrow brush, they call that one their eye definer brush. This one is really, really sharp, like, not sharp pointy, but you know what I mean, it's really fine and like, yeah, precise. So I've used this one for applying gel liner, I've used it in my brows, I've used it for sort of stamping eyeshadow along my bottom lash line and my top lash line. It's a really good multi-purpose brush. And the last one, this little tiny one here, is their lip brush, and I don't know, I'm sort of not 100% sold on this one because it is quite wide, and I tend to prefer having a really pointed lip brush, but that's because I have a relatively pointed Cupid's bow. So this one isn't ideal for me. It's just that because it's so soft, when you turn it on its side, it compresses. So it's the only one in this collection that I feel is kind of a letdown. So yeah, that's the complete collection there. I've washed all of these brushes, including the one that I bought as a single brush, and they stood up really well to washing. Obviously, I'm really gentle with my brushes. I look after them really well. Even a really good brush is going to shed a little the first time you wash it, but these ones hardly shed at all, so I was really impressed with that. They're just perfect. I'm really, really, really pleased with these brushes. Brushes. Word noises are not my friends today. But yes, if you are interested in buying some of the Nude by Nature brushes, I definitely recommend getting this Essentials collection. When you consider that this finishing brush was $29.95 on its own, getting 7 brushes for $34.95 is an absolute steal, especially when the brushes are such beautiful quality. I am going to expand my collection of Nude by Nature brushes, but really I think this is a pretty comprehensive kit. It pretty much has everything that you're going to need just to have an all-in-one makeup brush set. So if you're a beginner with makeup and you're looking to invest in just a kit of brushes and you don't want to have to buy anything extra, this is a really good one to go with. Even though there isn't an actual contour brush in here, I've used the eyeshadow brush here to actually apply contour, and then use the kabuki brush to blend it out really nicely, and the result was perfect. It was actually better than the result that I normally get using my Real Techniques and Eco Tools brushes. So overall, I prefer these brushes to my Real Techniques, e.l.f. and Eco Tools brushes. Hands down. These are softer, they feel more luxurious when you're using them. I love the rose gold design. They're very ergonomic to hold, so they have really thick handles. You know, some brushes, they're sort of all bristles and then you have a really thin handle. For me, that's just not practical. These ones are really nice to use, and I only have to use blue tack as like an ergonomic grip thing for the much smaller brushes. Powder brushes, the kabuki brush, they're really comfortable to use even with my dodgy hands. So yeah, I cannot recommend these highly enough. So that brings us to the end of this little review. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos from me. And I hope you guys are having a fantabulous week. Keep on being your awesome, gorgeous, chronically fabulous selves, and I shall see you in the next video. See ya.